with the new changes that have been made on Robinhood and Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade and a bunch of others, there are those now calling for some sort of investigation to see what was done, what kind of information we don't have access to, money possibly changing hands. There was a great tweet from Rashida Tlaib saying, "This is beyond absurd. The Dems need to have a hearing on Robinhood's market manipulation. They're blocking the ability to trade to protect Wall Street hedge funds, stealing millions of dollars from their users to protect people who've used the stock market as a casino for decades," which is 100% what they're doing. Ben Shapiro is all whiny that people are talking about these being casinos, but that's what they are. These hedge funds are literally betting. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez added on saying, "This is unacceptable. We now need to know more about Robinhood app's decision to block retail investors from purchasing stock while hedge funds are freely able to trade the stock as they see fit. As a member of the Financial Services Committee, I'd support a hearing if necessary." And I saw that Ro Khanna agreed to that. So I don't know about you, Ben. I personally would love to see Katie Porter with a whiteboard talking to the leadership of Robinhood and getting to the bottom of this.
Right, I think this speaks it's really important to take in consideration the importance of this moment because it speaks to the political nature of software, the political nature of these apps. These are not just benign or passive things that are on your phone. These are political ideologies, philosophies, capitalism. They are deeply rooted. So the software that we download, we really have to take in consideration the political implications. So I'm looking forward to the investigations.
Exactly. And I expect that there's probably gonna be there's a good number of representatives who actually will have the right position on this. It's also like people have gotten worked up about it. So there's gonna be opportunists who are gonna pretend that they give a damn about this. Right. And one of those opportunists has already popped up. So that AOC tweet calling for an investigation, Ted Cruz retweeted it with "fully agree," pointing down to it. To which AOC responded, "I am happy to work with Republicans on this issue where there's common ground, but you almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago, so you can sit this one out. Happy to work with almost any other GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign." Yes. I feel like that shot from The Shining.
Oh my.
Yes, more.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
No, because he ain't good at this.
He's not, and he needs to understand fools that jump up get smacked down. Sorry, that was the Pompano Beach coming out of me. Sorry about that. But no, seriously, AOC is not one to play with, right? And the reality of it is like even if they are on the right side of this Robinhood app issue, which I doubt they will be, I think it's gonna be a fascinating opportunity for any of the libertarian-esque side of the gamer community to see very transparently just how much Republicans would be opposed to them in this type of example of pulling out government regulations. But I digress. The point is, don't play with AOC. You're not ready to take it.
Exactly, and the right loves to pretend that they're in favor of regulation of Wall Street. Like even Trump during the 2016 campaign, he was like, "I'm gonna get rid of their tax loopholes and I'm gonna crack down on them." He would always use this particular type of investor thing as proof that he's okay taxing the rich. That was the only part of it that had to do with the rich, but he would always point to that. By the way, they didn't do it. It was all a lie. The populist right doesn't actually exist. It's a scam. You need to be able to see past it. But he was at least savvy enough to know he needed to pretend. Right. Ted Cruz is trying to do the same thing. He just ain't as good at it.
It's not as good. And they also have to pretend as if they believe in the free market, right? Republicans constantly regurgitate that free market. Well, the free market spoke. You just didn't like what it said, and now a lot of conservatives are going to come on down on the side of Robinhood and the investors instead of the people who rallied and used their freedom, right? Free market says let the markets answer it. Conservatives don't believe in that.
Yeah. And by the way, this is obviously getting very ahead of whether there are even gonna be hearings, but if there are hearings, here's the thing. If Robinhood did break the law, which it really seems like either they did or the law needs to be changed, then whatever money was lost by their investors, they need to provide to them. We bail out Wall Street when Wall Street gets screwed over by the natural conclusion of the reckless behavior. These people, they weren't being reckless.
Right.
They were trading and it was working. They were pursuing a successful financial strategy and these few financial elites kneecap them. And some regular people are gonna lose everything. So either they need to bail them out or maybe the government needs to actually bail out regular people.
John, just one last thing. This is literally the case of the powerful having to break up collective action, right? What they do not want in any scenario, whether it be on Wall Street, right, in the markets, whether it be consumption and just purchasing, whatever, none of these major organizations, none of these box stores, none of these, corporations can afford to let the people get organized, because if we do, we could break their institutions overnight.
Yeah, demonstrated by Reddit. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.